The world is not simply changing, it is fracturing. And in the last 48 hours, we have witnessed two seismic events that, when viewed together, paint the complete and terrifying picture of our new geopolitical reality. On one hand, a desperate, final high-stakes diplomatic play to extinguish the burning embers of conflict in the Middle East. On the other, a monumental, unprecedented gathering of the world's military elite, signaling a unified preparation for what many fear is an inevitable, larger, global confrontation. These two narratives, the quest for peace in Gaza and the secret war summit at Quantico, are not separate stories. They are two sides of the same coin. The Great Global Realignment. The core of this global realignment begins with the 20-point Gaza Peace Plan, unveiled by President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after 725 agonizing days for the remaining hostages. This proposal is an audacious blueprint for enforced peace, led by a temporary board of peace featuring Trump and former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair. The immediate stakes are the release of the 48 remaining hostages, but the long-term goal is total surgical transformation. Gaza must be de-radicalized, meaning no more tunnels or weapons, and will be governed by its own people under the protection of international peacekeepers, potentially including forces from Indonesia. The most controversial component is Point 6, which offers amnesty to Hamas members who decommission their weapons and commit to peaceful coexistence, with safe passage offered to those who wish to leave. This is a transactional necessity designed to split the rank and file from the hardline leadership and close the open wound of the conflict, thereby freeing up global strategic bandwidth. This need for bandwidth is directly tied to the second seismic event, the unprecedented gathering of hundreds of generals and admirals from around the world at Quantico, Virginia. This massive military summit, called by the President and the Secretary of War, signals that the era of localized conflict is over, replaced by the great power competition. The secret agenda for this gathering is clear: coordinated doctrine against major global threats like Russia, China, and the crucial fight for control of space. By pushing for a truly unified joint command structure and urgently discussing naval power and aircraft carriers, the military elite are preparing a unified, coordinated deterrence. The ultimate geopolitical truth is that the Gaza peace deal, for all its complexity, is a necessary maneuver to allow the world's major powers to pivot fully to the existential threats being discussed in the quiet, steel-reinforced bunkers of Quantico.